Okay, ready?
57, the mic.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Hey.
Ringo. 57, the mic. 57, the mic.
Hit it.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Hey! Let's go.
Now a run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Rodgers now to throw. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Check right 54. Right 54.
Squeeze, double. Hey, alert 3.
Tight go.
Big gap.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. And he he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready up.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. The throw over the middle taken in, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go,
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
On first down, Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
Hey, 88.
To throw again, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Bullock good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which also...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Yeah, family.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
I'm playing a lot of cover 2.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I mean cover 3.
Now Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
I'm on his defense. Multiple deep.
That one covers 29 yards, first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end drop.
And big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Man, I got you.
It's really too much shit to fucking remember.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let me stop. I need to start running the ball.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
50 play.
Night, sweetheart.
Oh, this nigga Drew Brees, man.
Hey,
Fuck.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
I hate that shit.
And that is
I couldn't
incomplete.
pick that
Problems
shit.
on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
That was a fucking pick, man. That was my fault, man.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They
got the lead. Last time had to punt, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he gets this to Devontae Adams. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because it plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to take it in.
I just beat another last game, man. Fucking punt return.
Aaron Rodgers
And
had
2
3
yards.
first-half touchdown
Yeah,
passes
man.
as his guys continue to pour it on. He's having a nice
like
little
that,
first
dog.
half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come.
I know that nigga was
2
heated,
touchdowns
dog.
already here through the second
21-20.
quarter. There
Bro,
could be
kick that
plenty more
bitch.
before this
Take
game
the
is
punt
over.
with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. Ran that bitch back.
This fielded a few
And then
yards
he
into
threw
the
a
end
pick.
zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Man, take me a fucking piss, boy. That shit down.
What the fuck? Oh, they got Drew Brees passes under pressure so ass.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot.
And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur
Once
you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's
like
fault.
the fucking defenders
Maybe
be on
somebody ran
fucking
a wrong
offense,
pattern,
dog.
maybe
These
some
niggas
balls
be
were
catching the
tipped. It could be
ball,
so
man.
many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our
Everybody
statistician
gonna
Marvin,
release
isn't he?
the official
Because
release
Marvin
date.
right now
What
is
the
just
fuck's
tallying
on
it
with
up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to.
November
By the end of this
7th,
game, he could have
yeah.
monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
319. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get it.
Someone need to drop that
Rodgers
shit,
again
man.
now. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Start my mind player.
Nice.
Ain't gotta
Extra
go
point
back.
up and good.
You ain't gonna be able to transfer it to the power.
This is a whole different fucking
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
I know they ain't gonna do shit with the one on P4.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it
Shit gonna
back
be,
to about the 19-yard line.
2K come out 2 weeks.
That ain't come out.
Madden usually come out before.
That ain't come out on the 25th.
I might grab that bitch. This should be pissing
Here are
me
the
off.
Vikings now
no
to start their next drive. And last time,
These
one
niggas
play
be,
interception. So this
no.
offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back.
Man, this
someone to help
dumbass nigga
assist,
knocked the
because
pick
right
out my
now,
hand,
the
son.
quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Gotta
What's up,
imagine the
son?
pass rush will be equally
They
intense
talking
here
about
on
myself
second
on
down
Marshall
following the
and
sack. It's second and 8.
TJ Williams
And now
come
here's
over and knock the bitch
another
out my hand.
interception. Picked off at the 18 and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Tight. Check right.
Say, dog, they got y'all running back slow, dog. That nigga ain't slow, but that nigga slow.
Talking about
From the gun on third down. Lawrence. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Yeah.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
AK, man.
I think they got a speed at like an 89.
They got that nigga slow, dog. And why this nigga don't got no, what you call this either? The fucking badges.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
That nigga be getting down with that bitch. I ain't
He's going to get this down to the
shooting.
35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Fair.
Tighten up. You don't run the fucking ball. You want to start running that bitch on you. Let this nigga run the ball all the way down the field.
Big grip.
From the gun, Lawrence. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more
getting back the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Come on, Cam, I need another one.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Hey, seam 6.
Yeah,
Throwing again, Lawrence. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And
this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
57's the mic. Watch for
Let's fucking go.
Check the backer.
So what the online settings be? I know this bitch be on
Waiting for the gun. Lawrence. It's Thomas. Into the end zone touchdown, Minnesota.
No, I'm talking about
Michael
I may
Thomas,
be on.
his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board
Not
here in the first half.
pro. But what the fucking like simulation?
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise
So
dreadful
that's the shit
first
where
half
if
of
niggas
football.
fast, nigga ain't gonna catch him. Like nigga ain't supposed to be.
Oh, that's simulation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Yeah, I need the simulation. Cause this shit ass. Cause
This fielded a
nigga
few
really
yards
got
into the end
linebackers
zone.
keeping over Kamara and shit.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
I ain't saying that, but like every team should have some.
Most of them linebackers, son, they got linebacker speed, 87, 88.
The
89.
Packer
Yeah,
offense
them niggas
ready to get
boosted,
their next
like-
drive underway. You've got under a minute to go
You
here until
really that
halftime.
fast?
You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do
I was trying to
anything
find teams some
crazy.
fast
Go
ass
ahead and take your
linebackers
lead
and
into
start
the
playing with.
locker room and then try
Keep
to
up
add
with
to it
them
in the second
receivers,
half.
but
But
them
there's a
receivers
part of me
be
that looks
OD,
at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the
AK
incompletion on
serious
first
though,
down.
as a fucking put that nigga in that slot.
Rodgers going to throw again.
When he catch that bitch, he's blind.
Coming from the Vikings, and they
I'm
get
gonna
there and
tell you.
bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
That big Chris bust my ass the other night. Could beat me like 28-7 or some shit like that.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Let Chris deal.
On play
Yeah, bro,
action,
nigga sad, bro.
Rodgers.
I'm not real
Rolling
career
to his
somewhere.
right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And one nigga, I played one nigga last night with the 49. He had the 49%. I made that nigga quick the first game. Second game, nigga beat me by a touchdown. The last game, this nigga, Richard Sherman, X-Factor came, whatever his badge came on, son. That nigga was picking everything, son. One of my passes,
Shouldn't have been
fuck,
throwing to him, man.
no, I wasn't throwing to his side. Look, I was throwing to the middle. One of the fucking passes.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
He had
And
two
from
picks.
this spot
I
of the
do
field
say
with the
two
clock
times.
where it's
Fucking
at, you think we're
ain't
just going to see a knee and
throw it
that's
to the
it?
middle.
And I think
Son,
in
why
this
the ball?
situation,
Nigga took the
that's
ball up like 8
problem.
times, son. Nigga caught the kick off
We do know
another
there's some
foot.
risk.
And this is going to be intercepted.
I said, fuck
Picked
no.
off by Jair Alexander. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a
That's a
rout.
nigga foot,
As we'll
son.
head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Oh, man.
Give it to
So
me.
it's the Packers set
Whoever
to
it is,
receive the
get
kick.
it
They
up,
get the lead
man.
as well as we are
Stop
underway in the
trying on
third
this
quarter.
shit. I wasn't even
That's
trying to
fielded in the
get
end
that
zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped
I
just
thought
shy of
that
the
quarterback
25
was a
at
nigga
the
named Blake Orders
24-yard
or some
line.
shit. I thought that nigga was Jacksonville quarterback.
Blake Bortles been gone, son.
The
Who the
Packer
fuck is
offense
Minshew?
ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just
Yeah,
any
see, that nigga
interception,
got an
you
interview,
want to
man.
be
He just
cautious
said
when you
nigga
start
got a
that
porn
next
star
drive, or no, you
mustache.
just throw that out the window.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't
Boy,
run
them
any
old
offense
school
at all.
ball
Still want to
stars,
attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Ooh,
Tough first half for
fuck
him, unable
this
to put
side,
up the
boy.
numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like
That
him,
nigga up,
you and I
boy.
both know it
That
just takes a
nigga
couple
blessed.
of explosive touches for him
My
to make an
boy was
impact
open.
on this game and on the
This nigga
stat
I'm
sheet as
playing.
well.
AK was wide open, man.
I got you. I got you.
They'll try and run for him with
That's my
Jones.
bitch.
And he's going to lose yardage and
That's
be
enough.
backed up to the 25. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only
Oh, I don't
that,
want that nigga
but
kick
it
that
brings
bitch
up
around.
4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll
Good
punt it
defense,
away for
bitch.
the second time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the
I tapped the
12-yard
button,
line.
man. That nigga do that shit loop. Shit, man.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
Dog, this is so stupid. Nigga tackle niggas on
Get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
I might as well sit my controller on for the rest of this fucking game.
I nigga sad like that.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On second down, this is Madison. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I really could have 60-something.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to throw. Morris. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw again. And this is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking,
I'm trying
what
to
have I done
eliminate the
before
source
that's
so I
worked
can
well
roll
that I can go
peace.
to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to pour it on. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
It's too easy, man.
In the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On that Carol every time.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions and coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there.
I put him in the time.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2nd and 14. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Why are you gonna throw this bitch now? Come on. Give me a pick. Dawg, I hate that stumble forward shit when the nigga tackling a nigga. This shit. Like, nigga, I'm putting this nigga from the back. This nigga then roll forward for the fucking first time.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get the
Aaron Rodgers, man.
A terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand new NFL record.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
This nigga's going for it.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Come on, man. We need to stop
Shotgun
right
now
here.
for Rodgers. It's caught by Funchess. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I'll get back that quick.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any
That just
hesitation as a
got it.
quarterback
That
that the
nigga came
deflection,
too
if you
fucking
miss,
deep.
might be bigger and lead to an
Fuck,
interception?
man.
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
Right there as they were able to connect. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Bullock's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
I mean, because, like, I always beat the shit out of him.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. After seeing that,
right
maybe
up the
time to go
fucking
back to
nose.
some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's do it to it again.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And my goodness, another interception.
Oh, that was
King
a
with
really
a
other
pick.
pick.
And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
You know what?
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Got him. Stupid nigga.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down.
These
Sacked back at the
niggas
31.
are not picking up.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rodgers going to throw.
Quick pass.
A battle for it. Intercepted.
Come on, son.
Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander. Thomas, the intended target. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get this nigga up out here,
They go
man.
back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
That's from a 3-point game to a 17-point game in a matter of a minute.
Now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Trying to be like I'm that side,
Good
dog.
on the
Nigga trying to
extra
go for
point.
everything.
And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Let's go.
So that complicates things a bit here.
Let's
18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Get him out of there, cuz.
Let's go.
Yeah, 31-14, 2:23 left.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
I didn't even pick up plays.
From the gun. Lawrence.
Let's see if I get another touchdown real quick.
And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an
Well, he moved
interception.
him.
Wow.
He moved him.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of
I'm
savage.
good,
Run the ball and punt it
But
back to
correct.
this man.
No pick, just incomplete that time.
Time is it?
Come on,
On
Chick.
fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
We got to run back?
Come on, Chick.
Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard
Ooh, that
punt.
nigga got
And
off
the
that
Packers
block.
will have a short
Crazy.
field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
It's time for me to try some run plays now. I'm going to try all of them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shit, I don't know me.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. A good gain of 9 before he's
Excuse
brought
me.
down at the
Let's
28.
go.
At this stage of the
Come
game,
on,
with
still
the
get on
score
the
where it
side
is, the
of
key
him, man.
here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes
Let's
up in
go,
that
get
meeting,
on
then
this
you
side,
practice it,
nigga, man.
you got to be happy to see it
Stop
executed,
playing,
being able
man.
to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the
DJ
defense,
go, man.
they've got to do a
Stop
much better
playing.
job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
The first carry now for the BYU man.
They
It's
dropped
Jamal
their bag on the
Williams.
side
And
ass in
this
the
play
fourth quarter.
goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers.
Another
This is
pick.
caught.
Stop
They
throwing.
corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
My nigga playing with me, man.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Here's Jones. And they're going to mark him
Another
down
touchdown,
short,
man. Stop fucking
maybe
with me.
by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the
Come on,
drive.
man.
That didn't just feel like good
44-14.
defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time.
Big
No
J
missing
go.
Stop
hat-trick
me on this
against
1
them.
yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just is something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He gets it to Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Go.
Let's fucking go. Gonna pick the end of the game.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence.
Nowhere
to escape, and he goes down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Well, I scored 28 in the 4th quarter on this nigga, man.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Off the play fake. Lawrence.
Oh, he threw 6 picks.
He's going to let it fly.
6 picks.
And my goodness, another interception.
This nigga only had 88 yards. 78 yards. 88 yards.
Around the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3